Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and this is an indie quick. Sort of. It's actually an indie first look. I was sent this game by Behemutt Studio, which is a two-person outfit. They're currently developing this game, Mana Spark. This is an early alpha build, although not as early as some that are out there. They're trying to release it on Steam in second quarter 2016, which is coming up pretty soon, actually, with other platforms in negotiation. I went ahead and recorded this footage just to get a sense of the game, and you'll soon see why I didn't actually do my commentary live at the time. This is all recorded after the fact. But, yeah, it's a neat little roguelike kind of game. It supposedly focuses a lot on the artificial intelligence of the enemies. You play basically a human archer in a world where everything else is governed by magic. So you're basically surviving and adventuring in a world where everything but you can cast spells and so on and so forth. Basically, a human in a land of monsters. Now, if you'll see that wolf, that creature that was on the back of the wolf is one of the goblins. Apparently, the enemies work together. They will flank you. They will, or at least it looks like they'll flank you. They'll go ahead and use tactics to get to you, but they'll also team up, which means that, and you'll see this further on, goblins will hop on top of wolves and so on and so forth. Now, what you just saw there was an upgrade. It has a kind of randomized upgrade mechanics similar to some other roguelike games. The amount of information in the game right now is very short. Upgrades are pretty basic. The mechanics take a little bit of getting used to. I didn't actually use the dodge mechanic at all in this first run, although I do have a second run that I'll go much farther in and do much better in. And by the time I was the demo was so short that by the time I was actually getting used to the game, it was over. And I'm going to just play the whole thing. But it looks like it has a lot of potential. Now, I understand they are in alpha, so there's a lot of things that need to be adjusted. Some things that I feel like the game as it is a little bit on the easy side, because once you get used to the arrows and the dodge mechanic, of course I don't actually use the dodge mechanic that much in here. Once you get used to those, then everything else becomes super easy. Now, I do like the little details they have. I think it's dynamic lighting with those torches. They leave arrows in wherever you fire at. Enemies, generally speaking, have a movement and an attack. As you can see, I died there. Some things that I would like to see, and these are see right there, the goblin hopped on top of the wolf, and now he's riding the wolf. And then you shoot the goblin off, then you can deal with the wolf. But yes, some of the things that I would like to see in this game, and I know that these are just these are just things throwing out there, would be some sort of a way to charge the bow shot. Because right now, I was using it like you do charge the bow shot, but if you watch when I'm shooting, the cursor becomes a little weight symbol, like it's going in a circle there. And that's because you don't actually hold the bow shot down to shoot. Like in some similar games, you simply click, and then it shoots, and then it has a set delay before you can shoot again. I would like to see something like where you hold it down, and then the shot charges up to a certain amount, and that would kind of give you the same effect of delaying the bow shots while allowing for some more rapid shots. I can understand why they wouldn't. I can understand why they wouldn't do it. It's just, it seems a strange design choice when there are other games that use a kind of bow mechanic in them that it works just well at. I would like to see the place. I don't know. Maybe later levels. Maybe make it darker, because that would be neat if that really is dynamic lighting, which it looks like. It would be neat to have torches and so on and so forth in later levels. See, here's where here is where I actually learned the dodging mechanics, so I can actually fight those things like orcs, which charge you and mess your shit up. Those little goblins have slingshots. You can shoot their stones out of the air. I get a variety of different power-ups in this particular playthrough, which shows that they're actually paying a lot. They're paying a decent amount of attention to it. It's got to for a game this early in alpha. The actual gameplay itself is really solid. I mean, it is very solid. I know I just gave a list of things I would like to see in it, but overall the gameplay is real solid. Traps could be more usefully placed. The levels are pretty much the same in terms of layout. You've got one treasure chest, one locked gate, and a lever to unlock the gate. So I could see where they could do more in that. But as I said, it's early alpha, or it's not early. It is alpha, so I could see where it could be improved. I like the variety of monsters. You can see there's casters, there's larger melee monsters like the orcs, there's the ranged attackers like the goblins. And yeah, those orcs are not a joke. That's that one that owned me earlier before I figured out the dodge mechanic. That was something else. These wizards, once you get used to them, they're easy. But overall, I'm really kind of looking forward to this game. I'd like to see how much they're intending to charge for it, because while I could easily say, I could easily see myself paying, maybe if they had a significant amount of content added. If this was just the tip of the iceberg, and they had like maybe 20, 30 levels similar to what you're seeing here, then I could see paying $4 or $5 for it. Now, if they're wanting to get into the $9, $10 range, then they need to maybe change up the difficulty a little bit. But here we go. Here is our first boss level, and there is only I believe there's only one boss in the game. It's actually kind of really neat, and I'm actually kind of worried because I can tell what it is, and what it is not what it is not something that I'd want to put in my own game, simply because I'm worried about certain existing. Yeah, you can see it now. Certain existing intellectual property. But hey, there's been beholders in games before, right? And it doesn't really have the full beholder range of abilities. It's got, instead of shooting beams, it shoots eyeballs. So I guess that sets it apart. It sets it apart enough, so to speak. Holy crap! Yeah, there's spells. I forgot about that. I managed to startle myself with pre-recorded footage. What the hell? Anyway. It's got a very, very tactical approach to the play, and I appreciate that more than just the run and gun kind of things. As you can see, certain upgrades and certain upgrades are a little bit overpowered right now, but then again, this is an early. As I said, this is alpha. Like, it's a fairly early alpha compared to what you would see at release. If you're seeing them die, that's because I have that poison flower thing that's basically making my shots do damage twice. And this, I managed to talk through the entire game. Yeah, I like this. It's Mana Spark by Behemutt Studios. I will put links in the description to their website in the description below. But as I've said before, this is just a first look. This game is not for sale yet. They are accepting feedback, as you can see there. There's their website right there. There's their information right there, contact information right there, available online. If you like it, take a look at it, send them some feedback, and actually kind of looking forward to seeing where this goes, because that was a neat mechanic. It was well put together. It was real fun to play once I got into it, and I was actually really disappointed that the demo was that short. So, until next time, this has been the RPG Crawler. If you like what you've seen, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye.